Irish yogurt's Clonakilty. Try a spoonful of delicious.
Something quick and quirky for the starters.
Yes, Edward Hayden is making cold pancakes.
I don't think that's what was on the menu I sent in.
I was
He's
going,
not
we're
impressed.
making pancakes. Tommy, cold pancakes.
Well, it's like savoury, isn't
Tommy,
it,
I
Edward?
was delighted all morning. There was a kind of a sense of buoyancy in his tone about the smoked salmon pancakes. I said, Jesus, I'm getting away with this. Next minute, the temperature of the pancakes has brought a deflation in the temperature of Mr. Hughes.
Were you going to eat a salmon pancake anyway?
Yes.
Okay.
And he still will.
Yes,
Fear
of
not.
course.
He still will. Anyway, that being said, listen, I'm going to make it. This is a gorgeous little canapé option, a lunch option or a supper option as well. There's a couple of layers to it. The first part is the pancakes. So here what I've got is I've got 8 ounces, 225 grams of plain flour, and I'm just going to put in a little pinch of salt in with that. Now, just whilst I'm waiting, I'm going to zest a lemon. So these are savoury pancakes. So I'm going to put some lemon zest in them, and I'm also going to put a little bit of chopped parsley. Now, whilst it mightn't be nice with the smoked salmon, think of other ways of adding savoury elements to it. So, I mean, sometimes I'd put in maybe a little pinch of curry powder in with
Curry
it as well.
powder into a pancake?
Yes, yeah, for a savoury pancake. Alan, I assure you, I did go to college to learn all this. I swear to God, I'm not making it up.
So they teach you to put this into pancakes in college?
No, I was a kind of a star student. I learned this myself.
All we're getting is now is this famous chili flakes.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to avoid him here.
Chapter 1.
Anyway, you could put in some curry powder. You could put in a little bit of basil pesto into it as well. If you wanted, you could even blitz in a little bit of spinach to colour it, a little bit of sun-dried tomato pesto. Now, here what I've got is I've got the flour and I've got the salt. Going to give that a little mix around. Then what I've got is I've got 2 eggs. So I'm just going to pop 2 eggs. Now, I've said to you in the recipe to add 450 millilitres of milk. What I tend to do for the purpose of getting this batter really nice and smooth, I'm just going to add part of that first now, and then I'm going to use my little hand whisk here to get all of the lumps out of it. So it's when the batter is that little bit thicker, it's easier to rid it of the lumps.
Okay.
So I'm just going to mix it all around roughly first of all.
So don't put all the milk.
Don't put all of the milk in first, because once I've got that combined, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to robustly mix that.
That's robust.
Okay.
All right,
Wrist
isn't it?
action there.
Yeah,
There you
very
have
impressive.
it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the rest of the milk in then once the lumps are gone out of it. So there we have it, in with the rest of the milk, just to achieve the consistency that you're looking for. So just whisk that in. Now, if you wanted, you might decide to use one of the immersion stick blenders to get this down as well. And that's essentially your lovely pancake batter. Now, obviously, if you wanted a sweet version of that, put in a little bit of icing sugar or just cook it as is.
Quick, isn't
Are
it?
you putting the parsley and the lemon
I'm going to put
now?
a little bit of lemon zest in there, and I'm also going to put a little bit of chopped parsley in there as well. Give that a little mix around, just
But that'll
like
go
so.
well with the salmon, won't it?
Again,
That's
of
the
course.
idea, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's gas. I've never made... Well, I've made pancakes, but always just with the ready-made stuff you buy in the bottle.
Didn't, really?
Have you made that?
Oh, yeah.
Of course we have.
but
He's there making a few
With the
pancakes every
kids.
Sunday morning at the cooker.
Well, the kids don't like pancakes. It's weird.
Do they not?
I might stick some lemon and curry powder in.
The curry.
You'll convert them, I can tell you, Tommy. Now,
is the
let the
secret,
batter
Ken.
rest for about 20 minutes, at least 20 minutes. I have some
okay.
batter that I just made a little bit earlier. So what I've got here is I've got my pan, and I'm going to oil my pan, which I have now done. And then I'm going to make sure that it's nice and hot. What I will tell you, so as to redeem myself, Murphy's Law still applies to the chefs, and the first pancake never goes exactly right. So I will say that,
We'll give you that
as well. So spread that all the way out, just like so, and then just leave it to sit there on the pan for a little few minutes.
It does look odd with the green parsley and stuff. in it.
Yeah.
And
Not
the
to be
lamb.
confused with mould.
Okay.
Now, then here what I've got is I've got some of the Irish yogurt. I was accused of that this morning. The hardship I get here. The hardship. I don't know how I survive it. I've teamed up with Irish Yogurt's Clonakilty. I'm using some of their lovely half-fat crème fraîche as the filling for the middle of that. So I'm going to put a couple of spoons of that in there. Then I'm going to revisit some of the lemon. So I'm going to put another little bit of lemon zest in there. And I'm also going to use another little bit of parsley. So that commonality of ingredients is very much to the fore. and a little bit
Very
of
odd
cracked black
putting
pepper.
creme fraiche with all that, isn't it? Because
Well,
you think...
I don't think it's as odd, Alan, as you think it is.
No, but you know, you think you're maybe putting fruits into it or something like that. Raspberries or something, you know.
The sweet type.
He's not giving up on the old savoury.
No.
He's not happy.
Now, there we have it. I will convert them. I've converted them several times.
I know. It's going to be delicious.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop on the gloves for handling the salmon. You can see there, if you have just a real close look at my pancake, you can see that it's just starting to dry out there at the minute. So I'm going to leave that for another little minute or two. I'd say we'll be all right to leave it for another little minute or two, yeah? Now, again, I'm using the kind of little plastic spatula on my non-stick pan.
So you have some here that
I have some because you need to make them.
now.
You need to make them and have them cool because quelle surprise, they're cold. So then what I'm going to do, put some of our lovely citrus crème fraîche on these, just like so. And then I've got some of my lovely smoked salmon. And we're going to layer that up.
Nice and quick there now,
Yeah,
Edward.
absolutely. Now, then what I'm going to do is just roll that up. So spread it out just like so. Then roll it up really nice and neatly and nice and tightly. And again, you've got like that roulade effect. And if you can just see, I can just cut into it there and you can see we've got
just have little
a lovely
little
little canapé size ones.
That's the way you're doing
it. So as I said, if I was having a few people round of a Thursday or Friday night, you'd serve those as a lovely little option, just like so.
That looks
so that's really nice. And we'll just give our pancakes a little flip around here as well.
Fairness,
now, they are lovely.
Right,
but again, if smoked salmon isn't your fancy, look at that lovely pancake, golden brown. If smoked salmon isn't your fancy, think of using some of the citrus crème fraîche and put some Parma ham and some roasted vegetables in there as well. So there's lots of options around it.
Very tasty.
They are delicious. They'd be lovely
Converted again.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Thank you, Edward Hayden.
You're very welcome.